For various reasons, highly anticipated blockbusters became stuck in development hell, and this is pretty common in Hollywood. Inspired by a comic book series of the same name, Gotham City Sirens was a billion-dollar idea, and now it's the right time to hit the screens. Stay with me until the end, as I have some really great news to share with you. Now, let's dive in with a short overview. Okay, now let's first remind you of how the whole saga was going. Before Suicide Squad, the Oscar-winning superhero movie had ever been released in theaters, anticipation was running high for David Ayer, the director of the DC supervillain crossover. Warner Bros. Responded in May 2016 by announcing that Margot Robbie, the clown princess of crime, was getting her own spin-off, and it was agreed that she would share the throne with a few other unspecified female foes. Fans thought that this was going to be an adaptation of the Birds of Prey comic at first, but in December the same year, we discovered that it was a Gotham City Sirens movie directed by David Ayer, with a potential appearance of Catwoman and Poison Ivy. This was only the beginning of DC's plans. A plethora of spin-offs and solo movies were planned, as the DC Extended Universe was just getting put into motion. There was one project, however, that didn't make it, and its title was Harley Quinn vs. the Joker. As a vehicle for Jared Leto and Margot Robbie's toxic on-screen romance, this movie was announced in mid-2017. Glenn Ficarra and John Wickwa found its directions for the Joker/Harley Quinn spinoff, behind the romantic Will Smith/Margot Robbie crime drama Focus and Crazy Stupid Love. And the saga continued. It took almost a year after Gotham City Sirens was announced to fans, and the rumors about the mortality of the project got louder and louder. The Harley Quinn-led spinoff was nowhere to be found when the DCEU released its projected lineup of upcoming movies in July 2017. David Ayer, however, hinted that the movie isn't going anywhere, and he shared a photo on Twitter of an illustrated Harley Quinn, a la Jack Nicholson in The Shining. The DC crime boss appeared in a different movie, even though he had previously hinted on the platform that Ivy, Catwoman, and Harley would be taking on Black Mask in the film. Margot Robbie was already slated to reprise Harley in 3 movies by December 2017, namely the Joker/Harley Quinn spinoff, a direct sequel to Suicide Squad from 2016, and Gotham City Sirens. In the end, the only movie to beat the odds and actually get made was Birds of Prey and the fantabulous emancipation of one Harley Quinn. But for every person who was excited for Birds of Prey, by early 2020, other fans were concerned about the status of the other movies that haven't been in the media that much. Talking to the Television Critics Association in 2020, the director David Ayer said that Gotham City Sirens was now on indefinite hold. Following the commercial and rousing critical reception to the Suicide Squad, we all thought that James Gunn, writer and director, would hit that like button just like you should if you haven't done so already. No, really, we all thought that Gunn would return for another DC film. These rumors will be related to and involve into rumors that the Guardians of the Galaxy movies will take over and will get a priority for another project. Okay, things are more clear now, right? No? Yeah, that's what I thought. So let's speak about the release date then. I'm not going to lie to you. DC's Gotham City Sirens is currently on hold, and this was officially announced by the director David Ayer. David, who is the creator of the 2016 Suicide Squad, made a huge success. The movie earned $746 million worldwide, even though it didn't receive much critical or fan praise. Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn was the brightest spot in the movie. Gotham City Sirens was reportedly going to focus on her, but also her team of female villains like Catwoman and Poison Ivy. The script was written by Geneva Robertson Dway, and Ayer signed on to direct it. But Warner Bros. Began to switch up its strategy. Robbie ended up joining Birds of Prey, the reboot of the famous The Suicide Squad instead. Robbie's involvement with the Suicide Squad and Birds of Prey are probably factors in Gotham City Sirens' delay. It's likely she will stay within the DC universe for a while, but her appearance in Gotham City Sirens hasn't been confirmed yet. Meanwhile, the fans will stay disappointed, because, as the rumors are claiming, this movie might be released at the end of 2023. Now, let's talk about the cast. Ever since the movie was announced, we had no idea about one thing: who will be the main protagonist? Margot Robbie was on the top of the list, and she continued to express interest in the spin-off ever since. In Detective Comics, the Gotham City Sirens came to be in the Heart of Hush plot. Catwoman splits the money with Harley and Ivy after she stole all of Hush's fortune. And despite the fact that the three anti-heroes had their differences, proving the storylines are very interesting, James Gunn has decided and prompted a call for more villain-verse stories on the big screen. So yes, the rumors about who can play Poison Ivy in the movie have begun. The first theory is related to Bridget Regan, and we know that she recently played Dr. Pamela Isley in the CW vs. Batwoman. She proved that she has the look down to a T, and that she was stunning in the role. Well, she already appeared as Poison Ivy in CW, so what could stop her from appearing for Warner Bros.? Some fans recognize this character in the person of Kylie Bunbury, from When They See Us to Under the Dome, and most recently, Big Sky. She stars opposite Catherine Winnick. We are aware that she has the skills to take on intense action sequences, so this might be a good idea. We've all heard about Megan Fox and the Poison Ivy rumors, right? These talks have consistently been going around the web, most for her known roles in the Transformer franchise. Fox has smashed that subscribe button and hit that notification bell. No, really, in all seriousness now, Fox has an extensive resume. If somebody has what it takes to put on the persona of Poison Ivy, that is definitely Megan Fox. But when we talk about Catwoman, our list is not that long. The first name on my mind is Zoe Kravitz. Having been a favorite for the Catwoman, Zoe was cast as the feisty feline in Matt Reeves' The Batman. She got even better reviews than Michelle Pfeiffer's iconic performance. The other name is Katie McGrath. We've watched her in the John Wick prequel, The Continental, as the Agitator, but she is definitely a girl with skills, talent, and drive to take on the role of Catwoman. Now it's time to talk about the storyline. If the movie happens, it will probably have the same story as the comic book. So, for those not aware, Gotham City Sirens consist of the Batman-related villains, Poison Ivy, Harley Quinn, and Catwoman. So, in short, this is how it goes. Shortly after the events of the Batman's R.I.P., Battle for the Crown, Final Crisis, and Heart of Hush storylines, Hush cuts out Catwoman's heart. Batman would successfully revive her, and Zatanna heals her. By stealing all of Hush's money and giving it to Gotham City's female criminals, Catwoman gets her revenge. And there you go. We have a team of Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, and Catwoman, as well as Holly Robinson. The first of the series was released as part of Batman Reborn in June 2009, in the moments when DC was relaunching an entire line of comic book titles featuring the superhero Batman. Unfortunately, the Gotham City Sirens do not exist in the new 52 reboot of DC's continuity, and are never mentioned as a group. Catwoman received a new ongoing title in the new continuity, drawn by Gotham City Sirens artist Guillem March and written by Judd Winnick. Poison Ivy is featured in the new Birds of Prey, and Harley Quinn was now a member of the revamped Suicide Squad series. Anyway, let's hope that we'll watch this movie at least next year. See you in the next video.